everyone, it's Anime Manga Station. This time, I would like to introduce about 10 animes that you gonna be deceived by the main character. Let's go! The first is Durarara. It's an anime about a headless rider in Ikebukuro with characters full of personality that can be enjoyed by both men and women alike. And while everyone initially thinks that the main character of this work is Mikado Ryugamine, the real star of the show is actually the legendary headless rider, Celti Starlusan. Strictly speaking, the superficial protagonist is Mikado Ryugamine, and the true protagonist is Celti Starlusan. And I think the author also stated that he was not too particular about the main character. The narrator is more of Mikado Ryugamine. Izaya Orihara, Shizuo Hiwajima, and Masao Mikita all have their own stories, and all of them, including Ikebukuro, are protagonists. The second is Blockade Battlefront. This is an addictive anime with a chaotic worldview and a wonderful ending filled with joy, anger, sorrow, and happiness, featuring a cast of famous voice actors. The protagonist is Klaus von Reinherz, a master of the brain grid blood battle technique. Although it is easy to make the audience misunderstand for a boy with the prosthetic eye of the gods as a protagonist. This work has been broadcasted from the first season of the TV original story that shows a different development from the original story to the second season that advances relatively according to the original story. The first season is impressive with its consistent story emphasis, and the second season is structured to delve deeper into each character so that you can enjoy that as well. Since the production animation is by Bones, the production company of Hero Academia and Full Metal Alchemist, the battle scenes can be said to be very impressive. The third work is Dororo. This one is set in Japan during the Warring States period by that famous Osamu Tezuka, the father of manga. It is an anime where the main character becomes weaker as the story progresses. It is a wonderful anime for dark fantasy with a swarm of monsters. And who exactly is this anime's title Dororo? Actually, Dororo is the name of a person, and it is not a man who seems to be the main character of this work, but a little child who is accompanying him, and this child is Dororo. And what's more, the gender of this child is a girl. As expected of a work by Osamu Tezuka, this anime is not a simple good versus evil story, but a battle of good versus good, which makes the viewer think. The fourth is Shiki. This one is set in a small village with a population of 1,300, where a sudden series of mysterious deaths of villagers occur. And it's a suspense horror worthy of an anime where people are the scariest after all. This time, as depicted in the visuals, you would think that this high school boy is the main character, but it turns out that he is not the main character at all. The reason why this young man is mistaken for the main character is because from the beginning, he seems to have a hunch about something unknown. His hair color is flashy, and he is in the spotlight a lot. So if he is not the main character, who is the main character? The main character is a 32-year-old doctor with normal hair color and face. In reality, there are several people like the main character. The main characters are different in the novel, the manga, and the anime, and the story develops differently in the novel and the manga, with the anime following the manga. So the main characters are different depending on the medium. And finally, this anime contains some pretty shocking scenes, so please be really careful when watching it. Next is Higurashi When They Cry. This is an anime that was banned from broadcasting because it is too grotesque and cruel. It is a mystery that 99% of people can't solve, and 2% of people will be shocked. It was talked about until recently, and the main character Keiichi Maehara, a young man who moved to this village, seems to be the main character of this work. And it is not a mistake, but like Durarara mentioned earlier, this one also has someone who can be called the real main character. As you probably know since Sotsu and Go were aired, the true protagonist is this girl, Rika, It is one of the animes that created a legend, including being banned from broadcasting. And you should definitely watch it before watching Satsu and Go. I also want you to finish Umineko When They Cry. I would like you to watch Umineko When They Cry because it's connected to Higurashi When They Cry. The 6th is Daily Lives of High School Boys. This is a 100% funny comedy by high school boys for high school boys set in a lonely boys' school. It is a huge following in the US as a legend in the comedy anime world. The main character is he, but by the time you finish watching this anime, you will forget who the main character is because he appears in so few scenes, even though he is the main character. There are laughs that only high school boys can understand, but there is also drama. Also, not only boys, but also girls appear in this anime. Which is great because it is surprisingly romantic and silly at the same time. The 7th is The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. This is our leader who created a legend in the anime world. There are no futurists, psychics, or aliens in this SOS group anime. As you probably know, the main character is not Haruhi Suzumiya, but Kyon. In fact, this is not only true of the Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya, but also of many other novel anime. And it is a common occurrence in the novel anime industry that the character name in the title is not the main character of the work. The 8th one is Akame ga Kill. This is a traumatic masterpiece and a divine anime that is too cruel, too tragic, and too devastating for everyone. It will be the anime that Akame does not kill too much, depicting the special killers behind the scenes. From the first episode, this young man, the protagonist Tatsumi, is depicted from his point of view and struggles until just before the final episode. But at the very end, the audience is made aware of the fact that there was another protagonist. The audience realizes at the end of the episode that there is another main character. The title is so wordy that I didn't take it as a word, but this anime is all about Akame. So, it is fair to say that Akame is one of the main characters, and many viewers notice the title because of the original development of the last episode of the anime version. In a sense, this was a brilliant way of giving the title, and I was impressed. I recommend it because it is a traumatizing work that is the worst and best feeling, depicting the original mind-gouging dark fantasy. Though it is an anime from a while ago. The 9th one is Talentless Nana. This is an anime that will surely surprise those who have never seen it before from its PV and visuals, which are deceptive even for a story that includes the main character. The story is about a battle between psychics and non-psychics and discovering the truth about the island. There is also a mystery element to the story, which I look forward to every week because I was curious to find out the truth. Also, a new visual was released after the first episode, and I was surprised at the end of the episode. The author of the anime Loose Boy is the one I want you to pay attention to. He is a scenario writer of legendary games such as Sharin no Kuni, The Girl Among the Sunflowers, and The Devil on G-String, which are still talked about today. The story of this talentless Nana is very interesting, and the exciting development of the story will surely make it a masterpiece. Last but not least is My Neighbor Seki. You can enjoy the tense and thrilling atmosphere that tickles the hearts of children, and Seki's seed is too ideal for this anime. And who do you think is the main character? Well, from the title and from the main character's position in the content, it would be Seki. But that is not the case. The main character of this anime is Rumi Yokoi. If you think about it, the title My Neighbor Seki is a statement from someone else's point of view, and you can guess that the speaker is the main character, and the person next to him is Rumi Yokoi. So inevitably, the main character is also her. This Rumi Yokoi's voice is the best, which is Kana Hanazawa, and seriously cute. I have introduced about 10 anime that you're gonna be deceived by the main character. Have a nice anime life!